Good morning, everyone. Kay here on the homestead. Welcome back to my channel. I have been working this morning, doing a bunch of things which you're going to see in a separate video. But I thought, before I call it a morning and head inside, this is a perfect time to show you my herbs because they look so much prettier in the sun. When the sun gets directly overhead, it's beating down and it's harder to do anything. But I confess that I love growing herbs, but I don't really use them that much because I don't cook that much, because it's just for one. It's just not, there's so many other things I feel that I need to be doing rather than spending hours cooking some great dish in my dungeon, aka kitchen. And so, but I love growing them. And this earlier, I guess it was about June, end of June, I bought the biblical herbs, so to speak. This one company put together a grouping of herbs that would have been grown during biblical times. And so I bought those, and they languished over there in their little 2-inch pots, 2.5-inch pots for at least a month before I got around to planting them. And I planted them in, I think those are about 1 gallon or, almost a gallon pot. And they were small when I planted them, and I just want to show you now the biblical herbs. And there were a couple of things like lemongrass and common sage that I bought at Lowe's, I think. I think I got the lemongrass at Tractor Supply, just, wherever I'm running in for something and I go, I don't have any lemongrass. But I was sent lemongrass by my friend Angie, and, when I got it, it wasn't much. She just sent me a shoot, and now it's taken off, and I'll show you that. But at the time, I went ahead and bought some at the box stores. I bought a couple of them, and I planted them out in the garden. So they're not probably going to make it here. I don't know if they'll make it till next year or not. But that's why I planted those over there, and I've got hers in a pot so I can take that in and preserve it. And I also have one of the herbs from the biblical collection is lemongrass. And that was literally one little thing when I planted it, and you'll see what it is now. And I'm growing chicory for the first time. I haven't used anything. It looks sort of like a rugged, smaller romaine or something. The leaves are very interesting. It's supposed to be chicory. I've never grown it, so I don't know what to expect. But bay leaf, that plant is still small. And capers. Oh my goodness, I have wanted a caper bush so badly. Now this is something I'm going to have to bring inside because that's a Mediterranean plant. But it grows. I was in Sicily in 2016. I submitted Late Bloomer, my original series, to a web festival in Sicily and got accepted. And I thought, and I had a friend living there, and I thought, I'll never get another chance like this to go to Sicily and to see what it's like. So I did. And you can see those videos. I'll put the link right up there if you're interested in seeing what it's like in Sicily. But I have never had a better diet than the Mediterranean. It's absolutely the best. And I saw this short video of this woman. She's like 120 years old, and she ate a Mediterranean diet her whole life, and she even smoked 2 cigarettes a day and had a glass of port wine every day, and she's still over 100. So it has a lot to do with the diet and the climate, and of course she's probably never experienced electromagnetic frequencies, buzzing around in her head. So anyway, let's take a look, and thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy my content, or if you enjoy this video, please give it a like, and please subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you won't miss an episode. Every video is a little different because it's whatever my inspiration is for the moment. I didn't plan to do this right now, but I thought, hey, the camera's here. I just finished filming another video, and the herbs look amazing because we finally got some rain. So let's take a look. These are the herbs that are in pots. It's really hard to keep potted plants on asphalt, especially in the terrible heat we've had, but today it was 58 this morning, so it's much cooler today. It's a high of 77. Okay, this is common sage, and it has probably expanded by 5, at least by 4 times. So I've got some nice sage to harvest there. And sage, I do like to use the leaves just in the simplest dishes, like just baked chicken or, soup. I just love it. So it's very hearty. And this is one of the biblical herbs. This is Egyptian mint. And I guess this pot is maybe almost a gallon. And it has exploded. It was so tiny, and this is so potent. I'm going to have to save that somehow. It's about to bloom. Okay, so this is a wild grape that is literally growing out of the asphalt. The stem is between this curb and the asphalt. And look how healthy it is. So it's obviously accessing some beautiful ground under there somewhere. And supposedly it does produce grapes, so that's why I haven't pulled it out. This is wild bergamot. And what I'm finding with wild bergamot is it starts looking like this before it ever blooms. This still looks good, but look, this one's done. So I don't really understand wild bergamot. Okay, over here, well, this is a, you know what this is. This is, the tag's right here. It's salvia. I just bought this. This is not an herb. This is, I suppose salvia could be used as an herb. I don't know. But it's between bloomings. It's just starting to bloom again. And there's my geraniums. This is my dahlia that I bought a long time ago and has never bloomed. Don't know why. Okay, this is the lemongrass from the Biblical Herb Collection. And you can see it's really taking off, and it will explode if I get it potted up, which I need to do pronto. Over here we have 2 grapes that I propagated, rooted, and I thought, well, I may need replacements down at my new little vineyard section, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is the rare Sheffield mum, which I got from my dear friend Sharon, who we've all been praying for because she's undergoing a cancer battle. And she has grown so many plants that are unusual, hard to find, medicinal benefits. And I was lucky enough to get this one. This blooms late in the year, so I have this to look forward to in October. It'll be in full bloom in October. It has been every year. So this is just a maple tree that I planted, and look how good it's doing in the pot here. So I've got rosemary. It smells so good. I need to harvest that. Wow, that's so healthy. Here's the basil plant. This is literally, it's either 2 or 3 years old. It has a woody stem. It's so old. But as you can see, there's a brand new stem coming out of the bottom here. So I'm keeping it. Here we go with the chicory. I don't really understand this. Look at this massive thing. I need to use this. Has anybody cooked with fresh chicory? And let me know what to do with this thing. Okay. Where do we put this? I guess we put it right there. No, we put it down there for the moment. Oh, I think I had it when the sun was beating on it. I had the basil in front of it. So this, oh dear. This was one of the biblical herbs. And the tag is not here. The tags are inside. I don't remember, and I don't know why I don't remember, but I don't remember what that is. This is lyre-leaf sage. It puts out a really pretty flower. I think it's in the spring, though. Anyway, I rescued this from somewhere in the yard, put it in a pot, and just put it up here. And I have a bunch of it that was growing down there, but it, that has had a lot of trouble down there. So I thought, I'm going to preserve this. And it's probably medicinal, although I haven't checked it. This is bay leaf. You'll recognize these little sturdy little pointy leaves. And basil, of course. And here is the, you know what? Oh, did I already do that one? No, wait. One is Egyptian mint, and one is, what is this? Okay, I'm getting confused. That smells so good. And then this is, I'm going to put the names on the screen. I'll go inside and just do that. This one actually feels dry. I don't know how that's possible. But let's get some water on that. But this one obviously needs to be majorly potted up. So this is the sage from the biblical collection. It's got much smaller leaves than the common sage. And this is also from the biblical collection. And why I didn't walk out with those, you know what, I'll just go get them. Okay, I've got it figured out. This, of course, is the lemongrass. These are from Mountain Valley Growers, if you're interested in getting the collection. That's the lemongrass. This is the caper bush. And caper drapes over rocky hillsides, and just, you'll see it growing over terraces and everything in Sicily. But I'm going to have to see, it says zones, full sun zone 8. So I'm 7. I'm going to have to bring it in, but I can't wait. And this is I bought 2 butterfly bushes. This is not part of the biblical, but it's Mountain Valley Growers. And one of them is Evil Ways butterfly bush, and one of them is Orange Scepter. And I don't know which is which now, because I didn't mark it, but that's the other one. And you saw the bay leaf. That's Greek bay leaf, by the way. And Spanish sage. And that's dwarf myrtle. Very cool. And the one mystery is, well, first of all, my St. John's wort died, and I think the oregano did also. So both of these are mint, and I'm not exactly sure. They look very similar, so I'm not sure what happened here, if I had another one or what. But those are the biblical herbs, and the chicory. Yes, and the chicory. Okay, so let's move on. This is turmeric. Wasps, by the way, like to build nests underneath these big leaves. And Randy got swarmed by 40 wasps the other day when he tried to move this. But look, this is the first time I've seen a turmeric flower. And it's just beautiful. And there's 2 of them actually. 1, 2. Aren't they gorgeous? Very tropical looking. And I'm going to be doing a video on the turmeric soon, so it's going to be ready to harvest soon. And I'm also going to be doing a video on pineapple, because these have to be divided and have their own pot, and I've got to do that pronto. So these are all the figs that I've started from cuttings that I got from Ivy Organic. And there's 2 there, and I think there's another one somewhere. And this is mint. I think this is peppermint, yay. So mint just sucks up the water. You have to keep it watered. I repotted, this is from the I should put this in the shade. Look at this wadded up leaf. You know some big caterpillar did that. You know that. This should be in the shade because it grows more in the shade in the yard. But those are just regular violets. So this is elderberry. This was, I don't know where this came from, but I thought everything that I've planted down in my elderberry patch has gotten that disease. I still get a harvest, but I was just hoping to start it off somewhere else. But they spread underground, so you've got to have a good place for them. This is the lemongrass from Angie, which was just one or two little shoots when she sent it, and now it just looks fantastic. And this, of course, is the cardinal basil. This overwintered, and look at that. And I have a video about infusing vinegar with basil. I got a really nice pepper here. I'm waiting to see what kind it's going to be. And of course, this is comfrey, which needs to be planted out in the ground. And this is pineapple sage. Took me a minute. This is dill. It was all eaten back, or didn't grow well or something, and now it's starting to put out some fresh shoots. And this is my avocado tree that I rescued from the compost bin. And 2 peppers. These are Doe Hill. I started these. You know, I need to get these in the shade. They just can't take that heat. Here are things that still haven't been planted. These are the 2 laurels, the Rose of Sharon, and I think it's called pipevine or something like that. This vine. And then I have 1 basil leaf. I had so many of these and I just didn't get them planted. I've got more peppers down here. I don't know if they've got time. What else? And my 1 eggplant. It's got a flower. So the fennel is over here. I wanted to point out that the chrysalis has now changed color. It's awfully quick. It was pale green when it settled, and now you can see it's grayish. So maybe it won't take that long. I've got savory and stevia in here, although the stevia has struggled. I'd call that more than struggling, wouldn't you? Okay, is there anything left that's any good? That's stevia. There's just a little bit there. Just doesn't get enough attention. Of course, anise hyssop doesn't need attention. Takes over. And then so do my cherry tomatoes. These seeds got in all of my raised beds, and you just see it's just insane. All this stuff has to be cleaned out. We're going to start tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Those are so good. This is savory. I think this is the Russian. Uh-oh. This tomato killed off the rest of it. Just sucked it dry. But I harvested a bunch and dried it, so I'm okay. This is a new weed I just wanted to show you. I don't know if it's considered an herb. I'll put the name on the screen. But look at this thing. I've never seen anything like it. And I can just imagine that this thing would absolutely take over. Let's look at the stem. Wow. And look at those seed. Oh my goodness. You know what? I got to get that out of here. Let's just get it out right now. Ugh. Can I do it with one hand? Ugh. Not my left hand. Let's see if I can do it with the right hand. There's an onion. I got it. Look at the size of that monster. Look at that. One weed. One seed did that. Can you imagine? And of course, nutgrass, my nemesis. Pull out a couple little onions here and eat those for breakfast. Oh, gotcha. I got a bunch of them. I'll come back and get those. All right. Hi, BJ. You a good girl? Yeah. Okay, we're done. Oh, you know what? We're not done. I forgot the herbs in the driveway garden. Which, in other words, same garden, just planted in the ground. Okay. Actually, this is not in the ground. This is citronella. I have 2 of them. Smells divine. It's supposed to keep away mosquitoes, but oh, look at that. Look at that thing. Oh, yes. Those are dragonflies that have the clear wing. Oh, how beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for visiting. You're welcome. Okay, this is chocolate mint, I'm pretty sure. It is in a pot. Because, you know, mint, you plant it in the ground, it takes over. So I have to water that every day. This is German chamomile, but it never bloomed this year. And I've struggled to keep it watered. What else? I've got rosemary in here. I got cranberry hibiscus. And all of the garlic chives, originally from Sharon at Sharon's Natural Gardens in Delaware, are in bloom. They're just stunning. I'm going to be saving seeds. If I was organized, I might be able to send some out. Because look, they're so productive and prolific. And Sharon says much more so than onion chives. I've got calendula down here. These are my olive trees. This is rosemary. This is a weed. I think it's called horseweed. I left it in here just to see what it would do, but probably have to take it out. This is another scarlet bee balm that I got from Sharon, and it's never bloomed. And I am hopeful that it will. This is my volunteer dahlia, and it hasn't bloomed either. Shasta daisy, that's not really an herb. This is more rosemary, and this is another big Sheffield mum. So you can kind of see how it grows. It spreads out. And hopefully all of that will be in bloom soon. Coneflower's going to seed. Pretty much done. This is one of the, whoa, almost fell. This is one of the lemongrass that I got in the store. And another one that I got in the store. Okay, I guess you could call moringa an herb. Look at this. This is my only moringa. Isn't it fabulous? I'm so proud of that. And of course, anise hyssop, Shasta daisy, and this is lamb's ear. I think I said that right. These are tuberoses. So pretty. The huge cranberry hibiscus, which keeps wanting to fall over. This is pomegranate bush. This is the rock wall that we worked on in July. I love it. We still need to do cleanup down here, just haven't gotten to it. But this is the other herb up here, is the Greek oregano. I seeded this. And it's finally starting to take off. This is the milkweed. It's not an herb, but it's critical for monarch butterflies. And I've been sharing some clips of monarch caterpillars on this, as well as butterflies. I don't see any at the moment. And then I've got boysenberry, more cranberry hibiscus, Joe Pye weed. So that's what's, and another pomegranate. So that's what's growing up here. Butterfly bush there, and zinnias are still going. Got some pretty zinnias in there, and oops, what happened here? That almost looks like it got cut or something. shouldn't be droopy after rain. Oh boy. Okay. What did I miss? There's some weeds in there that need to come out. Oh, and I've got another pepper. That's a Doe Hill there. Makes little round red peppers. Very cute and very sweet. There's another salvia down there. And the petunias came back around. There wasn't a single bloom here last week. And I thought, oh, do I have to replace those? This is my other citronella. I need to harvest it and do something with it. Thank you so much for going on that little journey with me. Wow. All right, this is an orange glow. It's a favorite of Daryl's and mine. Gonna have lots of seeds. Take care. See you next time. God bless. I'm from the south. You've got to have salt on your watermelon. Wow.